Right. Okay, so Lily's just currently at the dog groomers. She needs a haircut. She's started developing dreadlocks. Been out in the bush wagon. Handles right, drives right, looks right. Happy days. I'm going to get some shots just for the sake of doing it, because why not? A few little mods I might do today. Just get my Aero strakes painted up, put on, and possibly redo that, redo the rechroming, and see if I can maybe take off my front grille and do that as well, dechrome that. The lower grille's a bit tricky, so if anybody has any advice or any tips on how to take that off, I'd appreciate that. Thank you very much. So yeah, so little jobs like that. Also as well, people parking. Where do I start with this? When you're parallel parked on a street and there's clearly not a gap in front of you, or not a sufficient gap, even for, I want to say small car, but let's be honest, if somebody had like a little Mini or a smart car or something like that, I think that would have fitted sufficiently and had space. But when you try and fit something like a Polo, Fiesta, or something that's just, takes a bit of wangling, it's not always fun. So yeah, when you've got a car that can't fit in a gap and you leave it abandoned but bumper to bumper, why? I appreciate that some people have a place to be, a place to go, but I've noticed lately that all the things that you had to do to pass your driving test, nobody really gives a toot about now. It's a case of, I've got a driving license, I'll just leave it where it lands, and the consideration for other people is frankly disgusting. I know we live in a superficial, conflictive society, and the world's gone mad, especially since, well, over the past 20 years. But yeah, people's parking. I'm a little bit like, what the excuse my French, but what the hell, man? It just, some people just need to, have a word with themselves and actually learn how to drive properly again, and not rely on all the assists that they've got in the car, because that encourages complacency. I think some of these assists need to be removed off some of the cars, because driving should be a skill, not a convenience, in my opinion. And there's probably a few people watching this that will not agree with me and probably will have angry fingers and put angry comments. But in truth, when I learned to drive as a skill. As a young lad, yes, I admit I took it for granted, thinking I was Billy Big whatever. But I'll tell you what, all those years as a boy racer, prattling around and making mistakes, crashing cars, breaking cars, has actually taught me to appreciate what they're for, what they do, why we need them. And a lot of people who don't appreciate them, just take them as a convenience and take them for granted, I think are the ones that have accidents, cause road rage and other situations like that. And I think it's down to the individuals. I can't speak for everyone, but from the 20 odd years of me driving, I've noticed the more cars, especially these newer cars with the assists, the skill of driving has been lost. And I think that needs to be addressed. Will it get addressed? I don't think so, but we wish upon a great world. So yeah, so that's my gripe. I don't often complain, but yeah, this is something that's irked me today. So yeah, fun times. Well, the weather's taken a bit of a change for the worst, but updated shots on the car. I was going to do some spraying, but now the weather's changed, so I'm going to have to probably do that tomorrow or some point over the weekend. So more little bits of little jobs on the car incoming. Hello puppy, you look beautiful. Yeah. So these are the Aero strakes. I've just given a light first coat of alloy silver. These will be going on around about the boot area of the car. It's more of an aero mod. Because what mods I'm trying to do on my car, I'm trying to do for functionality. Just a simple rattle can job, nothing too fancy. I just want to keep it simple but practical, so I'll let those dry. I hope the weather holds out, because yeah, if it rains, that would put a spanner in the works. And Lily thinks she's missing out again. Lily! Oh, nice. So, yeah. Hood is on because it is a bit cold out there. So that's my next little job. And then I'm going to try and tackle that boot trim. And if I have time today, I might take my grill off and see if I can dechrome that today. Right, I'm not so sure what's going on with my camera, so I don't know if this is taking it okay. Right, so that's the first lot sprayed up. I've got some more to do. These are for Helen's car, and I've got sticky pads to stick these on. So let's go outside, see how these ones are, and then bring them in, stick the pads on. So they look ready. Yeah, nice and dry. So our bottom's done, nice and silvered. So let's go and stick the pads on. Okay, so let's put these together, and I'm trying to work out which is the stickiest side, if I'm completely honest. try and do it as straight as possible, which is quite a challenge on its own. Let's try and put it this way. Right, so as good as I'm going to get that, to be honest. Right on the edge. I'll just hope these stick. They're not massively cut to size, but this is what happens when you get bits from Temu. They're going to be quite cheap, so you would expect the process and the way they're manufactured to be quite cheap. That's the first one. Let's see if we can do the next one a bit better. What do you reckon, Lily? Did you do it a better way? Did you do it a better way? Start from back to front. Let's see if we can maybe do this a little bit better. Oh, that went on a bit better. I think that's the best way of doing it from back to front, because it gives it a bit more surface area, and yeah, hopefully it'll stick better. We'll work it out. So that's 2 done. Let's get these all done. Oh, come on. That one was a bit cack-handed. The purpose of these is to guide the air over the top of the car. As you know, or if you have a basic understanding of airflow, the cars are designed with the flow of the air in mind, and obviously the more resistance with the air, the more it uses more fuel, and the car is not so efficient. Now, with my car being a diesel, you're probably thinking, well, it's efficient enough, but you can always make things better, and this is my idea with this car, is to try and make it better, and hopefully make it look better in the process. Like I said in previous vlogs and J Talks Cars, I want to keep this car for a while, so I want to maximize the best out of it as I can. So these are the pads at the bottom, as good as I'm going to get them. Obviously the question is, where on my car we best put them. Ideally I would like to put them on the boot, because I haven't really intended on putting a spoiler on the back, but I might actually put them on the roof and guide the air. Now, you probably noticed these on the Mitsubishi Evos. I think it was the Evo 10, Evo 9, Evo 10. They had these on the roof going over the back window to direct the flow of air down, or to at least compress it. I want to go with that sort of effect, but at the same time, I don't want the air flow to stall, because I know when you have a gurney, it creates a swirl and it flicks the air. But I want the air to flow over the car to maintain, as it was designed in the factory. But at the same time, I want to enhance that as well. So I am planning on putting a rear diffuser on the car. To how it's going to work, I don't know. I will inform people in future vlogs, but this is where I'm going to start now. You've seen with the side skirts, with how the flat surfaces and the directionals. So I've noticed that the front and the rear is more stable with some sort of spoilerage on there, but I don't want to make it look like a DTM type car or something garish. I want it to be functional, practical, but still look good at the same time. So this is the idea I'm going for. Obviously I'm going to have these much straighter, and the idea is to direct the airflow. So I think on the roof may be a better idea, because it slightly goes down and there's a bit of an arc there. So I think the flatter surface, I think, is going to be the best idea. Right, I've stumbled across some flaws with the idea. I've had to bring them forward because the boot, when lifting, fouls with the strakes. Now you could say, why didn't you put it on the boot? Well, I didn't really want to be battling with the curvature, and I wanted as flat a surface as I could to it. So I've gone with this idea of channeling it towards the rear bars. I may actually end up putting a spoiler actually on the back, but I'm going to persist with this idea because I do think it looks okay. I mean, it's not something you notice straight away, but it's more of a functionality than prettiness. So that's why I'm doing it. So that's them on. Let's see how this works. I think the first wash is going to be a bit of a challenge. I need to re-stick that one down because it's not quite stuck how I want it to, but they're all doing the job. So that's them done on this. Now to do other bits, other plastics. So I'm just redoing my fog light grills as well. Just basically dechroming but silvering. And I think the alloy silver and the crystal blue complement each other quite nicely. They're subtle and it's just a very nice clean look to the car. So that should be quite good. Done. Right. Rest of the chrome, maybe?
Lagging whilst gaming? Out of steam after a long day at work and you want to go out raving? Or just need something to get you through your grueling day? Dubby Energy, a healthier alternative to the off-the-shelf brands. Dubby is packed full of the important aminos and vitamins that canned energy drinks don't provide. This product doesn't contain artificial additives and is also sugar-free, maltodextrin and keto-free. One tub on average is cheaper than consuming 2 cans per day of the off-the-shelf brands. Order your Dubby Energy via their website at dubby.gg and use my promo code VaderMonkeyJ to get yourself 10% off your order. Keeping yourself energized doesn't have to be unhealthy.